I respect the spirits of the land here, where it is overcast, but still lovely. Right, it's just taking a minute for it to do its thing. So welcome to Tuesday, the 1st of July. Pinch and a punch for the first day of the month. All right, so in Australia, because I do have overseas watches now, how exciting. We've just had our end of financial year, so we are still in the perfect place to be doing end of our, like any of our tax stuff. We do have the moon in Virgo still, all right? So that it is a good time to do that financial analysis. So that is good. Um, although, I mean, and the moon in Virgo is trine Venus in Taurus, which is the financial, the best financial placement for her as well, because she rules money and so does Taurus. So good work happening there. Let me just click to see whether we're working today. Good morning, Louise. All right, now I am aware that it is not working today. So, all right. So, another busy day. I know yesterday we had a really busy day. You know, it's a mercurial moon. Yeah, we just sort of lots of thinky stuff happening. All right, so yesterday we did have that Mercury opposition Pluto happening. So, we have been thinking deeply. Oh, and Mercury is also in shadow now. Only just. What degree is he at now? He's at 5 degrees now, so he's only 1 degree in. And I do have to say that, I mean, I did buy a car yesterday, Anne Marie, and I got it before the shadow had started. And then, I mean, like seriously, the minute amount of shadow that it would have been when I was getting my car, it makes no difference whatsoever. Like shadow is shadow, and Mercury retrograde is Mercury retrograde. It is what it is. As long as you are, um, you know, making sure that the T's and C's, like look at your contracts. But when I went to the blood bank yesterday to give plasma, and sorry, it seems very laggy. So yeah, I went to the blood bank to give plasma yesterday, and the machine was mucking up so badly. It took me over an hour to give my plasma yesterday. The machine kept stopping. They kept asking me if I was okay, and it was just like, oh fuck yeah, Mercury retrogrades. The Mercury shadow has started. So just watch for those little irritations. Um, yeah. So all right, now in the words today I have written, we're always in motion, all right? We're moving through change, we're processing thoughts, and we're living moments. So some we hold close to our hearts, others not so much. That moon in Virgo is almost at the south node, which is the things that we are comfortable with, but we need to move on from. All right. So if you've got any old habits, specifically, like, or not specifically, but especially around self care, maybe your diet, maybe decluttering, all those types of, what is good for you, the analysis of Virgo. Um, there is what's good. Yeah, I said what's good for you. Anyway, I'll move on. So that is at 1:45. The moon is conjunct the south node opposing the north node. So you might come to some sort of uh, fork in the road around that time where you have to actually like make a decision, or not even that. Like if you're moving towards something. Like I said, we're always moving towards something, and you might have just this little inkling in your head, and then it all just sort of kicks into place. All right, so gather the moments that mean everything to you and keep those ones safe. And as for the rest, say a gentle thank you for the lessons and let them go. So, again, we're going back to that Marie Kondo type stuff. She's just the queen of any sort of Virgo stuff. Oh, hello, look at everybody. Good morning, Alicia. Good morning, Susan. Good morning, Barbara, up there in the nice warmth. Hello, Daniel. How are you? Hello, Emily. Good morning, Heather. Good morning, Mikkel. How are you? Look at everybody here. All right, so now, as also in the sky today, so I've spoken about the moon and the analysis and the healthcare, self-care. If you've got to go to doctor's appointments or anything like that, sweet. I think it'll be the type of day where you will be, um, where you will be, your brain will be satisfied. Oh my God, that's such a shitty way to explain it. But like I went to the doctor's last week and I walked out and I'm like, "Oh, everything's okay." I feel like it's going to be that type of thing if you do have to go to the doctors or anything like that. Again, with the self-care, watch your food. Like if we're getting, I'm just sort of on a roll now. If you're starting to notice that your body is getting um, signs and symptoms. All right, the South Node in Virgo, man, it is the perfect time for you to be looking at any food allergies or anything like your body is talking to you during this 2 year period, or 2.5 years, whatever it is. Listen, all right, listen. Don't take these little niggles. Don't just push them to the side, all right? If your body is saying something to you, don't wait until it's screaming at you and you are in pain to go and do something about it. All right, so now in the sky today, the sun making no connections, Mercury making no connections, Jupiter making no connections. All right, so this, with the moon in Virgo, you know, um, and Mercury doing its own thing. Yeah, I just think you can probably find a really good space to sit down and do said tax accounts, or go through your receipts. And with Mercury, I don't know, you might find that helpful obsessive place where you just focus, like just really really focus on what you've got to do in whatever it is that you need to be doing today. So I feel like that's a good one. Now, Venus is starting to conjunct Uranus. All right, so she is currently at 25 degrees, or almost 26 degrees, and Uranus is at 29:42. So in 6 days, Uranus moves into Gemini, and that shit is going to, like, honestly, any of these outer planet movements. I've been looking at a lot of, because we've had so many this year, like we've had Saturn, Neptune, Uranus, Jupiter, all move signs. What have I missed? Pluto moved signs last year. So, now I've seen a couple of predictions from people. One was there is going to be some sort of, well, with Uranus moving into Gemini, expect a massive release. All right. So think of Uranus, that electricity planet, sudden, shocking ADHD general, going out of this boggy, the land, the earth sign. He's sluggish in Taurus. All right, it's a slow, fixed earth sign. Uranus moving into a mutable, which is a changeable air sign. Fuck. It's just going to find its feet. And, like when a car finally gets out of a being bogged situation, and the wheels grip and it just takes off. Think of that type of energy when Uranus moves into Gemini. All right, so this could also be Gemini thoughts. We might make these mental connections to things where we're just being like, ugh, like, where is Uranus in your chart? All right, we can definitely have a look at that at the Tuesday class at 9:30. If anybody is still interested in the coaching circle, hit me up. But yeah, so with Venus moving closer to Uranus in that Taurus space, she's starting to become aware that potentially, I don't know, maybe she's like, oh, I'm starting to get uncomfortable, or all right, I've been sitting on the lounge for long enough. I'm starting to get restless. Venus might be starting to get restless, where she's not satisfied with just sitting around anymore. So maybe she's mentally preparing herself to go out into the world, all right? Because Venus moves into Gemini the following day. So that's going to be on the 8th. Sorry, that is on the 5th. Venus moving into Gemini on the 5th. She conjuncts Uranus on the 4th. And then Uranus moves into Gemini on the 7th. So we've got lots of activity happening as far as that Venus Uranus stuff is concerned. Mars is square to Hygeia. Again, with these healthcare principles, Mars in Virgo, who is thinking about it, we could be getting that inflammation, so maybe with Mars actually paying attention to what is happening for, like, himself. Again, if you do have that inflammation or cuts, bruises, abrasions, soreness, that Hygieia might be saying, maybe we can do something different. All right, so there's that. And then we've also got that beautiful, this is more of a collective experience. I'm sure you're seeing the people around you become way more spiritually activated or spiritually aware of themselves because we've got that beautiful little grand trine. All right, so a grand trine is, sorry, a minor trine. So a grand trine is three planets trining each other, but the grand trine between Pluto, Uranus, and Neptune. Now, this collective experience that we're having is just, we're shifting towards a better placement, absolutely. But with Saturn conjunct Neptune, the old way has to find its feet in regards to what it believes. All right. So Saturn's all about boundaries and Neptune's about having no boundaries. All right. So here we can see in the sky, there's, the world stage is just playing out where people are like, we want this, but then and then they go, yeah, we're going to have that. And then within minutes, they're not having that. All right. So there's this disconnect between what we want our foundations to be and what we believe our foundations are, potentially. Insert your own words in there, maybe, if you can sort of get the gist of what I'm saying. Good morning, Sean. How are you? Good morning, Kathy. Good morning, Jen. So nice to see everyone. So yeah, that's pretty much today. The moon moves into Libra tomorrow morning at 7:15. So by the time I see you, we're going to already have that moon shift. And the notes that I've written for tomorrow are, what direction do I go in now? So, again, with all the thinky space that we're in today. So, yeah, lots of potential for today. All right, let me draw a card. What else have I got here? I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 things on my board today for me to do, and I'm like, oh, I get uncomfortable after 3. But I'm the type of person that goes, oh, I can get that done in a minute and that done in a minute. Bonus round, and then yeah. So I'm going to do the small things first, and then work on those big things. All right. Oh, okay. All right. So we've got a little bit of 9 of swords here, but there's always the white bird. So maybe I'm just wondering whether, like, because I was just talking about how many things are on my plate, or, are you over analyzing? All right. So that moon in Virgo who's doing her own head in. Like for yesterday, I was saying watch out for the irritation because the moon was moving towards Mars. Now with the moon almost on the south node, maybe she's like, oh fuck, I've got so many things to do and I just don't want to get out of bed. All right, so maybe we can, like I was saying, I'm going to do the small things first. All right, I know that's going to take me 5 minutes. I know that might be take me 10. But or Natasha's awesome sticky notes. Maybe I'll write some sticky notes. However, be rational and logical about the things that you have got on your plate, or you know again, maybe she's just like, I just don't want to get out of bed. All right, let's not look at the blackbirds. She's just like, oh, I just don't want to do it. Just want to sleep in. I don't know. Anyway, find the white bird. Do the things that are going to be most productive, or again, like, what, how is, the moon's in Virgo. Nobody can tell you what to do. You know what is going to make you feel the best, the quickest, or what's your logical way of doing something. So maybe we can put it that way. Do what's logical for you. Do what's satisfying for you. And then, I don't know, make your day easy. Take some of the pressure off yourself. So anyway, I'll click the button one more time and then I will get going. Yep, that's it. All right, lovely ladies, I will see you tomorrow. And if you are in the coaching group, I will see you in 45 minutes at 9:30, and where we are going to discuss, because we are doing this 6-week life reset. This week we're going to do the 2nd and 8th houses, which are all about finances, self-worth, joint endeavors. I love that 8th house space, you know me. So it's not too late to join. Like I said, give me a yell. Mwah. See you later.